You're 19, and you just finished writing a letter to your parents you know they'll read after you're gone. By this afternoon, you'll be in the cockpit of a plane with just enough fuel for one direction. There is no version of today where you're planning to come back. Over 3,800 pilots flew missions like this one. Almost none of them survived. This is one full day as a kamikaze pilot. Japan, 1945. And by tonight, everyone who knows you will already be mourning you. If you want more breakdowns like this one, full days live through history's most difficult moments. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you're new here, welcome. 4:30 a.m. You've been in this barracks for 3 weeks, and this is the last morning you'll wake up in it. The letter has to be perfect, because it's the only thing your parents will have left to remember your handwriting by. Most of the men flying today are between 18 and 24. Some are barely out of school. Your commanding officer confirms it in person. Today is the day. There's no ceremony in his voice, just logistics. You put on the uniform slowly, not because you're delaying it, because your hands won't move any faster. Before you fly, there's a ritual, a small cup of sake, a few bites of rice. It's meant to feel like an honor. It mostly feels like a funeral you're attending for yourself. They line everyone up for a photograph. Someone, somewhere, will keep this picture long after today. You write one more note, this one for your little brother. You don't tell him you're scared. You tell him to take care of their mother. The walk to the airfield takes 11 minutes. Nobody talks. The mechanic won't look you in the eye. He's the one who filled the tank, with just enough fuel to get there. Not back. A senior officer gives the final briefing, coordinates, formation, target. He doesn't say the word goodbye. Nobody does. Look down the line and you'll notice it. Some of these pilots have flown combat before. Others have never been in the sky at all. One of the older instructors, a man who trained you, stands at the edge of the group. He's not flying today. He'll be the one who has to keep training the next ones. You climb into the cockpit. It's the last time your feet will touch the ground. The engine turns over. Ground crew straighten up and salute. Not you exactly. What you represent. 12 aircraft taxi into position. From the ground, it almost looks routine. At the end of the runway, there's a pause, just long enough for one last thought to surface. Then, throttle forward. And you're airborne. The formation climbs together over the coastline. Engines synced, wings almost touching. Here's a number that rarely makes it into the history books. Historians estimate only around 14% of kamikaze pilots actually reached and struck a target, which means most of today's flight is just this: ocean, engine noise, and time to think. No land in sight. No radio chatter worth mentioning. Just the horizon, repeating. Then, a signal from the lead aircraft. Someone has spotted the fleet. It's time to break formation. Below, an Allied naval fleet, exactly where intelligence said it would be. Anti-aircraft fire is already rising to meet you. You grip the controls. The tracer fire gets close enough to hear over the engine. And then, somehow, the fear goes quiet. There's a ship ahead. You already know what happens next. Back home, a radio message arrives faster than any letter ever could. A messenger reaches your parents' door before sundown. They already know what it means before he says a single word. Your mother sits alone that night, holding the letter you sealed by candlelight. She reads it more than once. Weeks later, a marker is added to the local shrine. One more name among thousands. Here's the question historians still argue about. Were these men truly volunteers, or was volunteering the only option anyone actually let them take? Your little brother keeps your note for the rest of his life. Decades later, he's still the one holding on to it. And the mission itself? Most historical assessments agree the Kamikaze campaign caused real damage, but far less than Japan's military command had hoped, and nowhere near enough to change the outcome of the war. An old man visits the shrine one more time, long after the war is over. He's one of the instructors the 14% didn't include, one of the ones who lived. The ocean doesn't remember any of this. It just keeps moving. All that's really left is a letter, a photograph, and a name on a marker. Over 3,800 pilots lived a version of this exact day. Almost none of them got a second one. Every single one of them was somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's friend, right up until the moment the war made sure they weren't anymore. If this kind of history hits different when you live it day by day, subscribe. There's another one coming.